to find your missing chill. Hey guys, it's Fatma and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a story time. I do story times all the time on my Snapchat, so I thought, why not do one here today on my channel? Here is how I got racially harassed by an old granny. So this is how this whole incident started. I, Fetus Fatma, was coming home on my way from GCSE English revision. GCSE English was a mad one, but thankfully I passed. Thankfully. And I was on my way to the bus stop. This was like 3 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. But I was on my way from school to the bus stop. My friends dipped, so I was on my way there by myself, and I was waiting for the bus to come. When the bus eventually came, I went inside the bus, obviously, and I tapped my oyster. Best believe I didn't even take 4 steps, and I had this old granny, very wrinkly granny, staring at me up and down. I thought she was low-key jealous because I just bought myself some new Vans the weekend before, and she must have been jealous of them. Anyways, I was casually fixing my hijab because it was a very long day, and my hijab somehow was lopsided. I don't know how, but it was lopsided. So I was fixing that, and as I was fixing it, I hear a
"Oh my gosh."
And I don't know if it was meant to be a mutter because a mutter is like really silent, but this mutter was loud enough to be heard by the entire bus, and she was looking at me dead, like straight in the eye. So I thought, okay, but I took no notice of it because where I live in London is a bit wild, so there are of course loonies on the bus everywhere you go. The bus was packed at this time, so I stood by the door because the only other seat available was near the granny, and I wasn't about to sit next to her in case something went down. Woo. And I was looking around the bus because I wasn't trying to lock eyes with anyone in case they try to square up. The bus was now driving past this very wild area. As I am looking around the bus, I can feel someone staring at me, so I just quickly looked, and it was the old granny. She was looking at me dead in the eyes, like I thought she was gonna drag my lunch from my throat. That's how bad the stare was. It was worse than that cow back in Somalia. And here is where it got a bit serious. As she was looking at me in the eyes, she said, "Go back to your damn country. No one wants you here." And I'm thinking, are you talking to me? Are you seriously talking to me? Like, I was the moon emoji right now. I didn't know what to do. It was just, it happened so sudden. What? Huh? And as she said that, I'm looking around the bus to see who the heck else heard that. But bear in mind, guys, she had an African accent, so I'm gonna assume she's from somewhere in Africa, like myself. So before you guys try to come for me in the comments, we're both from Africa together. And she had the cheek to say, "Go back to your country." Like, if UK laws and like the government was to change and they were like, "Oh, like Africans must go back to Africa," me and you, old lady, we're going on the aeroplane together back to Africa. So shush your lips about go back to your country. I hate it when people use that as like an insult. Like, seriously? And when Barry from the Jeremy Kyle show goes,
"I had enough of you Islamics. Go back to Islam."
I would, Barry, but the thing is, where on the world map is Islam? Where? This old lady must have seriously thought she was white to be dissing me like that. Wow. She then got up from where the old people sit, like where the
6.5 hours later.
resignated seat.
A few moments later.
Of where the old, I don't know how to say it, but where the old people are meant to sit on the bus. Like, you guys know, everywhere in the UK there's like place where the old people sit. She got up from there, so she's opposite me right now. And she looks at me dead in the eyes again. I'm thinking, okay, seriously, woman, is this a game now? Like, why are you looking at me in the eye again? Like, this is weird. This is getting really weird. And she then tries to swing. She swings at my school tie. Like, I was so confused. But then this is where she crossed the line. She was waving her hands in my face. What are you doing, Granny? But I was dodging it. Like, I could start in the next Karate Kid movie because my dodges were too fast. Like, I was too sick. I could be the next Jaden Smith. You know, I just need to twist this hijab, and I will be the next Jaden Smith. It was approaching the time where I got off the bus. I was just getting ready. It's like a routine where I double strap, and as I'm double strapping, you guessed it, this old lady goes, I wonder what's in there. I just had enough of her lip, so I was like, oh, you're scared of some paper and books, And then she goes, how dare you speak to me like that? And I'm thinking, but you're not my mum. There's a man and he was like at the back of the bus and he was hysterical. He was just laughing. And I'm thinking like, yo, dude, instead of laughing, come help me out, bro. The bus was packed and it was just me versus this old woman. The thing is, if I was to defend myself, I'd probably end up in prison because I was 16, so I could go juvie. Me and my egg self, I'm not looking to go juvie. Like, I always wondered, if a Muslim hijabi goes to prison, would they take off your hijab? Like, would they snatch it off? Because that's not going to happen. Not like I'm trying to go prison or anything, I'm just very curious. I then pressed the bell because it was time for me to get off the bus. Tell me why this old lady stepped on my shoes. My brand new Vans that I just bought the weekend before, she stepped on them. I knew it. She had to be low-key jealous to step on them. Like, she had to be jealous of my Vans that I bought with my own coins that I saved up for them. So I was beyond furious at this point, but like I said before, I'm not looking to go prison. Like, they're not gonna lock me up. No. They're not gonna find me. I finally got off the bus, and at this point I was like, okay, thank God, thank goodness. Like, when I have confrontations or arguments on the bus, I never hear of them again. It's usually what happens on the bus stays on the bus. But it was a bright and sunny day. I was walking down the road to go to my house. I'm seeing my shadow, like, hey shadow, how are you? And I see another shadow, and it's not my shadow. So I'm thinking, okay, it's just someone walking past me. But when I look back, tell me why it was the old granny. Why? I honestly, seriously thought I was in a horror film at this point. She was just staring at me like you know when horror films, like, the girls have, I can't do it, like, when they're like this. That was how scary the woman was looking at me. Like, her weave wasn't on point either, but she scared the frick out of me. I'm just walking. I'm casually walking home. I took no notice. I live near a police station. I'm not trying to get locked up. No way, Jose. This lady was sprinting towards my direction so fast, like Usain Bolt. I was thinking to myself, Shall I call the police? Cause I'm getting harassed by an old granny. She looked like she was in her 60s, 70s. Like, what do you want from me? I'm only 16. What do you want? My knight in shining armor? Is that what they say? My heroes came to the rescue. And it was this lovely couple, this woman and this man. You know, they come to me and they're like, is everything okay? Because this old crazy loony is causing a scene on the middle of a busy road.
And I'm like, no, I'm just a 16-year-old minor, and this old lady is fighting me for no reason.
And the old lady's there like waving her stick at me. I honestly thought I was in an episode of Mr. Bean. Like, Mr. Bean, I know how you feel when the old lady's always harassing you now. Like, I feel you, man. The woman, the nice lady, was like, okay, where do you live? Where do you live? I will take you home. I'm thinking, in my head at that moment in time, I was like, imagine she's like teaming up with the old lady. I'm not gonna tell you where I live. Just to be on the safe side, I was like, I live around the corner, I live around the corner. She's like, go, go, go. I'm gonna keep her busy. Just run home, just run home. You will be safe, I promise. And I was like, this lady's so nice. She's so kind. I ran as fast as my short legs could carry me. Like, in my head, I was running like Mo Farah, but in reality, I was slow as a snail. Seriously. I got to my house gate safely, opened the gate, ran to my house, and as I'm opening my house door, I hear, "This isn't the end! This isn't the end!" They must have really been going for a very effective sound because they had to repeat it twice. But I look back, and I really should stop doing this. I look back, and it was the old lady again, waving her fist at me like she was going to swing my jaw. And I'm thinking, okay, what's going on? This is really bad news. I'm dead meat. She now knows where I live, so that's the end of me. R.I.P. Fatima, end of me. Finito. But fast forwarding it to now, it's been like 3 years, and I haven't heard of her. She's probably in a care home or locked up because she was loony. Wouldn't wish this situation on my worst enemy. Like it's like so. Oh, I got an email. You Cass. Anyways, if you guys liked this story, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Also comment down below if you had any crazy stories that happened to you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in my next video.